Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. We're in the downtown Quay of Paphos Harbour. We've got a bit of a treat for you today. We're going to go and sit in the rear of the Pelican restaurant, our favourite restaurant. That's where you're going to find us if you're looking for us. But we're going to go and sit and have a chat with two of our superstars. You met them the other night at their birthday celebration. That's our Lord Mauricio, and of course his beauty, all the way from downtown in London. And of course that's Lady Andrea. They're sitting in the rear house here in the restaurant, and of course with them is Miss Ochin Grasilia Labooth. So let's go and get the big hello from Marika, and then we're going to introduce you to Lord Mauricio and of course Lady Andrea. Without further ado.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again. And we are here sitting with our greatest friends, Andrea and Mauricio. And maybe I don't pronounce your name correctly, but sometimes I know many times actually I say whatever I say, and here we go. Today we had a chance and happy case to meet them again.
Yes indeed. So say a big hello to our Lord Mauricio.
Hello everyone.
And
hola.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Lady
This is Andrea here. Nice
So
to
just so
see
you understand, Andrea is actually Spanish. She's from Bilbao, but lived in London.
London.
For
I am from London.
30 years, is it?
30 years.
30 years,
I
yeah.
came to London when I was about 2 years old.
Yes, she was very young indeed. I think you were younger than that, to be honest. And then this gentleman, who is a little bit younger again, he arrived in London about 10 years before you were born.
Maybe.
Yeah, correct? Am I right? I'm all right.
I guess
But
that's
actually,
right.
he's from South America. Obviously, the commonality is Spanish. Where are you actually really from?
Ecuador.
Ecuador. There we are, you see. Superstars in downtown Quay of Paphos. Now, the idea is, Andrew's idea, she's going to ask us questions, whatever it is, and we've got to answer it. So she's going to ask Marika a question, and then Marika's going to answer it, and then Mauricio's going to ask me a question, and I'm going to answer it, and then guess what? Tables turn, we're going to ask them a question. So, Andrea, what's the question from Marika?
Okay, so I know that Marika, you're from Georgia?
Yes,
Georgia?
I was born, yes.
You were born there. So what do you miss from Georgia?
What do you miss
Well,
from
what
Georgia,
a
Priscilla?
question, what a question. I was born in Georgia, and when I was 5 years of old, my dearest people, my parents decided to move to the Caucasus, where is the place called, not very far from Chechnya, and that's where I grew up. And most of the things that I really like in there, that's international country, place where I grew up, and I miss Khinkali. Khinkali, it's a tradition, well, it's all about food, by the way.
All about food.
We love food.
Andrea likes a bit of food, don't you?
I love all food.
Does, yeah. So did you enjoy your fish platter?
Oh,
Was it nice?
It was the best.
It was
the
the
best.
best. It
I
was.
wish when I'm in London I could go like this and
And come
appear
back.
here like this. In the how you say it in English? With a twinkle of an
With
eye.
with a blink of an eye.
With a blink of an eye.
Look, he's
Yeah.
got a twinkle in his eye every time he sees Andrea. And Andrea gets a twinkle in her eye whenever she sees some bread. So that's something we've got in common, because I lived in Spain as well, so I'm able to say hablo español and some bad words as well. Like gilipollas. Ooh, shouldn't say that. But I like bread. I do like a bit of bread, and I might steal some. Anyway, Priscilla Booth, back to the
I
Caucasus.
have a silly question,
Go on,
by
then.
the way. What is a blanket on the eye?
A blink.
Ah,
When you
This,
blink.
when you go like
When you do this. There we are. A blink of an eye. You
a
see?
blink of an eye, like in a moment, in an instant,
In a moment.
right?
That's
Yeah?
correct.
I thought a blanket in the...
A blanket in the eye.
It's me again. This is
If
how
you've got a blanket over your eyes, I would worry, because the odds are you're being kidnapped.
Can I ask you a favor, please?
Far away.
Far away from me. Don't show the wrinkles of
Don't
my
show the
toes
wrinkles of Miss Ochin Grasilia.
in the world. It's perfect now. So where you want to go back to Caucasus, or you want to go back to Khinkali?
Khinkali, what are they?
Khinkali is a traditional Georgian food. It's actually the meat dumpling, minced meat inside and the dough outside. The preparation and technology is amazing. I know how to do them, And every time I go to Georgia, I ask my mom, let's do hinkali, and then we're doing the process, enjoying the process. It's a meat dumplings and very traditional. Inside is a little bit of juice of the minced meat, and you have to eat it with your two hands because it's so juicy inside. When you bite it, you have to suck the hinkali because there is all very interesting inside. He's already took his glasses off.
Yep.
And if Georgian man or woman sees you eating hinkali with knife and fork, obviously he can come and say, are you not respecting our traditions? Because this food only to be eaten with your two hands to feel it more.
Yeah,
tasty.
and he'll tell you should be sucking, obviously. Now, Mauricio, what's your question?
How do you find adapting to Cyprus life?
Now that's the question, isn't it? Because a lot of people who know me know I have a love-hate relationship with Cyprus. I mean that in a nice way. And we all do, because I was talking with Andrew last night. She loves London, but she does miss things from home, and some things she does hate. She loves the courtesy of British drivers, and she remembers when she was in Bilbao, there was a lot of honking of horns and gesticulating, and the word poya, and all these things would come out. Now, I'm British. I lived around Cheshire, and Cheshire was even more, shall we say, delicate than London. So people were quite courteous, and we didn't get anywhere very fast because there was traffic jams anyway, as Dizzy Blonde knows. Often we're fighting our way around manholes. But in Paphos, as you may have noticed, if you've been here, Mauricio, people like to stick themselves up your bottom.
Yes.
Yes, and they like to gesticulate. And too close,
And too
correct?
close,
Yeah, that's right. So this is one of the things I absolutely hate about Cyprus. But I have a solution. So if you've got a car, or you're hiring one, or stolen one, drive a little bit slower and make your car a little bit wider and annoy them that little bit more. That's what you have to do.
Or you can even drive as fast as them.
Or as them, yeah. But now you can't because there's traffic cameras, there's camera vans, and policemen everywhere, and police ladies.
Yeah.
So that's why when someone stuck up your bottom, and they're like, oh, but they don't want to go because they know that maybe just around that corner is, and they're going to get a fine. So now, I'm going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How old were you when you moved to London?
I was around 17 years old.
Around 17. So you moved with your mum and dad?
I moved, my mom and dad came first to London, and then we moved a few years after with my brothers.
Ah, okay.
My brother and sister.
So you've got one brother or
One brother and one sister
and one sister? And your sister is in...
in London, that's
Oh,
right.
she's in London as well? Ah, okay, right.
The whole family is in London.
They're all there. They're all there. There we are. So there's no one back in the motherland?
Only like my grandma and
Yeah.
aunties.
And how often do you go back?
It's been
Yeah.
probably quite a long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And how often do you go back to Bilbao?
I try to go once or twice a year. I would like to go more because I love seeing my mom and my family there. Yeah, more or less once or twice a year I go to Bilbao.
Now, for those of you who watched the video of the Lord's birthday, we had a fantastic time. We did. We couldn't film it all because it was a busy, busy restaurant. But I tell you what, today the favour has been turned. He had a great, great night last night, and Andrea has had a brand new wedding ring. So let's have a quick look at it. Here it is. There we are. Look at that. A brand new wedding ring. And I've given her a special ring as well. You see, off one of my cigars.
Cheap version.
Cheap version. Cheap. Well, the cigar was quite expensive, but not as expensive as that ring. So it is a beautiful ring.
It's a
Obviously,
collection
solid gold, and it looks spectacular. So she owes you a big, big thank you. Are we going to have a kiss? There we are. Kiss live on camera on the little channel known as Marika and me. Now, Marika, your turn to ask Andrew a question.
Yes, I know. And whilst you were talking, of course, I was listening to you all, but I prepared the question, which is very, very fascinating, interesting to hear. What would you take? What memories, what feelings I would like to ask you take with you from Cyprus, and when you're planning to come back next time.
And that's a good question. So,
I answered the last bit. If I could come back, I'll be back here
In a blink of an eye.
September, October, you know. But God willing, maybe next year in May, you know, September. But definitely, this has become almost like a second home because it's so welcoming. What do I take from Cyprus? Well, definitely not the style of driving, for sure. But it's, we love the weather. It's a very, look, if you live in London or people from London will understand that it's a very fast pace of life, you know, and yeah, we have to, like everybody else, but in London people work very, very hard. So here, we were able to relax, you know, so I feel like I finally had a good holiday. And of course, being here with you guys, because it's not like when you go to other places on holidays and you don't know anybody, you could fall from a bridge and nobody knows that you fell from a bridge. Here we know we have you, everybody, honestly. People from the
Yeah, I think
restaurants,
everyone's friendly.
from
They
the
are.
shops, everybody is very friendly. Even this morning, we came out of the parking and we called him
Mr. Chris.
Yeah, we
Mr.
called
Chris.
Yes.
We met him. I mean, I recognized him for many times we saw last year. And we said hello, shook hands, we took a picture.
Yeah.
And yeah, and he was very happy for us
he's
to,
a lovely
to
chap. He
recognize
is a nice chap.
Yes.
If he only had some sponges, he would have sold you one.
He had one Spanish, but he was already packing to go.
Okay, right.
But definitely, apart from obviously what is expected, the weather, the holiday, the relaxing, the people are very nice, the warmth of the people, you know.
And the gold rings are nice as
And
well.
the gold ring.
And the gold
But
rings.
I did really like, we call him the guy of the sponges, you know.
Yeah.
So I greeted him and I extended my hand because it's a very polite thing in England to greet people with the hand. You cannot be wrong with that. And he shook my hand so hard that I went like, oh,
Yeah, he does normally
oh.
Yeah, he does.
So,
He
so
does.
that's the love and the warmth of the people. So I
He does
take
indeed.
that.
He does indeed. We all understand who we talked about. If you follow the channel, of course, that is our Sir Chris, the greatest Mediterranean sea sail spongeman in the world. He'll be back on patrol very, very soon indeed. People have been asking, where is Chris? Well, at the end of the month, he'll be back in his pitch. And of course, next door to him will be the Rod Stewart lookalike. Yeah, you know, we're talking about Konstantinos, who is the greatest writing of your name on a grain of rice. And if you remember last year, the maximum amount of letters he wrote was 29 letters on a grain of rice. And it ended with a very, very good on. Yes, Chrissy?
They're very, very good in what? On?
On. He wrote on a grain of rice 29 letters.
And at the end it was,
Yeah.
but which is an understandable letter, by the way. Not on, not O, not in between this. Yeah, we don't know. Something like that. But I've got one more question, by the way.
Right, by the
I
way.
know that, yes, that our dearest Andrea has been living in London for 30 years.
No, not London. London.
London.
I'm trying
How do you say it?
London.
London.
I'm trying to improve my English and you're disturbing me,
I
Mr.
know, yeah, no good example.
Have you ever regret that you moved to London?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it?
No,
No.
not at all.
No.
Not at all. Obviously, you know, the first 6 months I was in London, even the first few years, I miss my family. I miss them now, but I miss my family a lot. And I know this is going to be very personal, but I used to cry the first month I was in London because I miss my family very much. But then I got used to, you know, London is a place with a lot of opportunities. If you're a young person, it has a lot of opportunities. Not only to finding jobs, which is what people expect. You can learn things, you can meet people from all kind of cultures. And I really like that about London, that it has, and you will have to help me with my English, broaden my...
Very broad-minded, yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
it makes you broad-minded, you know, well, I hope my children will disagree, but it makes you understand about other cultures. And look, although we come here to Cyprus and we eat the food in Cyprus, although in London it's going to be more expensive and not always as affordable, but you can go to all kinds of restaurants,
yeah.
you know, and try food from
not
from
gonna
everywhere.
No.
No. Oh,
London is a unique place, it is. But I think Paphos is as well, by the way. Following on what Andrew said, multiculturalism is the word, and that's what Paphos is. Everyone from all walks of life, rich and poor, tall, short, different skin colours, all those kind of things, all mix and all get on very, very well indeed. And hopefully you notice from our channel, when we meet people, we don't care where they're from. We really don't. We don't care what echelons you are in life. If you watch us, come over and say a big, big hello, and we'll always embrace you. And I'm pretty sure that the blonde beauty will cuddle you to death.
You know, we met these dearest, beautiful people, and we talking about the last question, that if you ever regret, I will tell you for sure and definitely we never regret that we met these lovely people. We even been invited to go to London. If we ever go to London, they said, please come and meet us and never hesitate our invitation. And I would like to say that nothing can be much more happier and enjoyable to meet these people, to see these people happy, to enjoy the weather, enjoy the sunshine, loving each other, and really this is a happiness. And we could have never met, but YouTube, and this is what we're doing, gave us a chance and motivation to go on with such a lovely friends.
Yes,
I'm gonna
indeed.
hug you.
Now, I knew you were going to hug them because this is going to be the screenshot for the video. Here we go. Superstars in the Pelican Restaurant in downtown Paphos Harbour. These are our friends for life. I sent it in a message today to our Lord and told him that we see you as our great, great friends. We won't see each other that often, but that's not what it's about. They know that they've got a friend in Paphos, and we know that we've got two friends in downtown London. Thanks for watching, and of course if you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to keep coming back for a little bit more. Yasu, Yasas, and adios.
Adios.
And a big shout out to Sarah in downtown London. Your mum is coming home soon, so you haven't got to cook much longer. She'll be taking great, great care of you. Thanks guys, we'll see you again very, very soon, somewhere in downtown Paphos, or maybe even London.